and maybe a tummy ache tomorrow. Soda pop and pink lemonade are as important as peanuts for the elephant. Now, folks, step right this way to the bigger, better, more exciting sideshow.
Most exciting show you've ever seen, and plenty of time to see it all. Your attention, please, to the lovely little lady on my right. In the great sideshow inside, she swallows a lighted neon tube. Mademoiselle Annette, the snake charmer extraordinary. On the inside, she performs...
Now, Big Joe, the event that the kids and the grown-ups have been waiting for months. Cole Brothers Circus proudly presents the magnificent and gorgeous inaugural pageant in kaleidoscopic splendor, Pan Americana. A Congress of Clowns, champion fun makers, masters of mirth and merriment, inside splitting didos, laugh makers all, headed by the world-famous gloomy Emmett Kelly. Introducing Miss Betty Rich, Queen of the Air, in a sensational display of breathtaking aerial feats without a net below. The first Tyrica. The famous Nelson Troupe, sensational Risley acrobatic stars. And now the only girl to do a complete somersault too high to the feet of the balancer. The celebrated Reifenaut troupe, bareback riding marvels whose equals do not exist. Grace and beauty of equestrianism. The beautiful bareback riding ballerina, Miss Lucy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we present the Boise troupe in amazing gymnastic feats aloft, agile performers on the aerial bars. Here come the comics of the air in dexterous and hilarious feats high above the sandbar. In the center ring, the only group of Pamelino Liberty horses in the world, trained and presented by Adolphe Del Bosque. On the hippodrome track, high-jumping horses. And now the most daring rider in all the world, Miss Dorothy Herbert, blindfolded over a barrier of fire. Presenting Otto and Freddie for the funniest prize fight in circus history. And now, Clyde Beatty, the most fearless man in all the world, alone in a cage with a herd of man-eating African lions, the greatest wild animal trainer of all time, face to face with the most ferocious of all jungle-bred animals. The six flying thrillers, daring midair marvels high over the center ring. A troop of absolutely fearless and unrivaled young men and ladies who fly through the air performing spectacular and hazardous feats. Miss Jean Allen with a herd of ponderous pachyderms, their trunks full of new tricks. This is fun, sawdust, and spangles brings joy and merriment to everyone. Here Comes the Circus is always a memorable event. A truly great and carefree day for all from 6 to 60.
The magic world of sawdust and spangles.
Come over closer, folks, right up here. For here's where the freaks and wonders are, like Peter May, Snake Charmer Extraordinary, and the Hula Hula Dancers. Plenty of time to see the sideshows before the matinee goes on.
Let's leave them to buy tickets and let them go into the big top the ordinary way. I'm going to take you backstage where show folk performance. Here's where magic is made, where clowns create their official funny faces for your enjoyment, where they work hard twice a day before each show. Every clown an artist in his own right, rushing to be ready as soon as the whistle blows. The circus backyard, peopled by a big international family. An open-air backstage where every artist waits tensely for his cue or limbers up for his act like this one.
Children of all ages, we proudly present the new edition of your favorite show. Introducing first, the Oriental Pageant.
Wish we'd had more time outside to see these people polish and repolish their act. Precision, timing, and grace. Watch her balance that glass of water on her forehead. You know, I've seen her miss this, but today she's fine. Control, perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Presenting the three-ring ballet of the elephants. 184,000 pounds of pachydermic pulchritude.
Pachydermic pulchritude. No words are long enough or big enough to describe the way circus folks feel in their hearts about their elephants, the backbone and mainstay of every circus. And while the show goes on under the big top, the waiting goes on in the backyard.
Presenting Margot and her spirited team of the world's finest Liberty horses.
You never guess that Margot's nervous, but she is. This is her first year with the show. She knows that the horses respond only to the crack of her whip. If she misses a single cue, the act will be ruined. You can be sure she appreciates your applause. While every kid in the audience wishes he could roller skate like this, the next act is waiting backstage.
Gilded butterflies, stand by.
Human butterflies. That's what they are, all right. These granddaughters of the spangled queens of yesteryear, whose act they're here reviving in spite of its great danger. This is the traditional and beautiful Iron Jaw act.
Ladies and gentlemen, your kind attention please. Presenting a kaleidoscopic whirlwind of cycling and acrobatic sensation.
Backstage, the ballet has made one more quick costume change. Now they're standing by for yet another dangerously high aerial spectacle which follows the clown parade. And here it is, the high perch act, billed as the epitome of poetry in the upper reaches of the canvas dome. The show goes on. Parallel bars, acrobats, and clowns. A good circus show seems simple and spontaneous, but there's a lot of rehearsing and timing behind it.
A beautiful corps de ballet, extravaganza of the air, the daring and thrilling Spanish Web.
see the funny men running around, you know that the ring is being made ready for some special event.
Presenting the coupling, dancing, somersaulting artist on the silver strand, Congalino, originator of the famous forward somersault on the tight wire.
Watch for it. The forward somersault, always unpredictable.
Proudly introducing the final presentation of the day, the outstanding circus thrill of all time, the human projectiles, Donaldo and Silvana Zamini, shot from the mouth of this monster cannon.
Introducing Miss Betty Rich, Queen of the Air, in a sensational display of breathtaking aerial feats without the net below. The first Tyrica. The famous Nelson Troupe, sensational Risley acrobatic star. And now the only girl to do a complete somersault too high to the feet of the balancer. The celebrated Reifenach troupe, bareback riding marvels whose equals do not exist. Grace and beauty of equestrianism. The beautiful bareback riding ballerina, Miss Lucy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we present the Boise troupe in amazing gymnastic feats aloft, agile performers on the aerial bar. Here come the comics of the air in dexterous and hilarious feats high above the sandbar. In the center ring, the only group of Pamelino Liberty horses in the world, trained and presented by Adolphe Del Bosque. hippodrome track high-jumping horses. And now the most daring rider in all the world, Miss Dorothy Herbert, blindfolded over a barrier of fire. Presenting Otto and Freddie for the funniest prize fight in circus history. And now, Clyde Beatty, the most fearless man in all the world, alone in a cage with a herd of man-eating African lions, the greatest wild animal trainer of all time, face to face with the most ferocious of all jungle-bred animals. The 6 flying thrillers daring midair marvels high over the center ring. A troop of absolutely fearless and unrivaled young men and ladies who fly through the air performing spectacular and hazardous feats. Miss Jean Allen with a herd of ponderous pachyderms, their trunks full of new tricks. This fun, sawdust, and spangles brings joy and merriment to everyone. Here Comes the Circus is always a memorable event. A truly great and carefree day for all from 6 to 60.
Circus Day. For circus people, just another day. But it's different for all of you. You just had to be at the station before sunup to see us bring your favorite show back to town. Hi, everybody. Well, here's where circus folks get to work. Horses out of their cars, wagons to unload and get out to the circus grounds. We're used to this. Do it every day in a different town. Here goes a load of tent poles. Got to be careful getting them down. We can always use more help, and here's Big Blanche, our largest elephant and leader of our herd. Do tricks later on, but right now, they are off for the showgrounds a mile or so away to help put up the big tent. The biggest pole wagon is just coming onto the circus ground. The elephants are right in time to be put to work. Our circus men are on the job too, along with a lot of folks from your own town. Here's Big Blanche raising the center poles for the biggest tent of all, the Big Top. It will tower 55 feet in the air. Here's one way we drive stakes for tent ropes. And this machine's another way. We need hundreds of stakes to help hold the tents in place and keep them steady when the wind blows. Now, canvas for the big tent. And watch this. Blanche is the smartest elephant in the herd. She's the hardest worker in the whole show, too. Can't say that for this fellow. These big pieces of canvas will be laced together to make one big tent, almost as long as a city block. Piece by piece, the big tent is put together. Meanwhile, our strong elephants are waiting to be called to their next job. Up go side poles around the edges, and here's where the town boys can really help. Up goes the tent roof to the top, and here's where Blanche can really help. She saves us a lot of time each morning. The rest of the elephant herd is working too. And now the big top is up, canvas tightly stretched, flags waving. Up goes the main entrance. We'll soon be going through it to the big show. Matinee time. Hear the steam calliope playing? Here is where the midway begins. The street of little tents with candy stands and sideshows, each with its own barker.
Step up, folks. Buy your tickets. There's plenty of time to see the sideshow before the matinee goes on. All the sideshows on just one ticket. Yes, folks, it's Professor Brown and his Dixie Jubilee Show. And here's the man who likes swords for breakfast, without an ounce of cream or sugar.
While you are seeing the sideshows and buying your tickets for the matinee, we are very busy backstage. Take our head clown, for instance. His face won't look that way after he's put on his clown paint. Now, a circus clown likes to have a full half hour for putting on his face. It may include a big rubber nose, but he can do it all in 10 minutes if he's in a big hurry. And we are in a hurry, fellas, because the big top is filling up with people. So in they go, big clowns and little clowns. They're all different, and they're all funny. And they're happiest when they hear you laugh. The show is on. These are the only basketball-playing dogs in the world. Their trainer is their referee. Here are the Iron Jaw roller skaters. He holds her with his teeth alone. And here's another kind of Iron Jaw stunt that takes place in the big top high over our heads. We're proud to have acrobats like these in our circus. And now, watch him do a double somersault into that chair. Here come the clowns again. Say, they've changed their costumes. Lots of clowns to keep us laughing, while the 3 rings are being filled with beautiful, prancing horses. They march and drill in 2s and 3s, just like soldiers for their training. In the circus, we call horses like these liberty horses because they run free and perform without a rider. Here is what we call an aerial ballet. We make these girls practice a lot before we let them go up so high. Down below, our trained ponies are having a race around the hippodrome track. And here comes a daring rider driving 16 horses while she stands on the last 2. Lots of action here, for this is one of the world's most famous bareback acts. Yes, this is a clown, all right, but he knows his way around horses. Just you wait and see. The clown in a bareback act must first learn to be an extra good rider and acrobat. After that, he can start clowning around like this. Here's a complete somersault. And here's a human pyramid on horseback. You can't do this with just any horse. These horses are very carefully trained to canter around the ring at just the right speed. That's important if you're turning a somersault or running to jump up on the horse. The tight wire act. He's doing a Spanish dance right on the wire. A difficult forward somersault. Well, here they are again. Same elephants you saw helping us put up the tents this morning. But now, they're all slicked up to do their tricks. Watch them keeping time to the music. Now look at this. These elephants are playing London Bridge. It's a tight squeeze, but she can make it. We circus folks think elephants like to do tricks, and we know they are smart, too. Say, this elephant weighs almost as much as a fire engine. Here come the clowns around once more, while our men put up a big net. We're coming to the most thrilling of the circus acts, and it's dangerous, too. This girl and her brother are loaded just like human bullets into the barrel of the cannon. Watch for them. Look out! Here they come! Now our big show is over. And late tonight, we will load up, hurry away, keep a date in another town tomorrow morning.